Me too.
Hey everybody, welcome once again to the Dino and Dino show on Youngstown Computer on Facebook Live and on YouTube as well on a Monday, June 23rd, 2025 at 6 o'clock with me, Dino Jr., Dad Dino Sr., and my cousin Abby and Joe Danier in the studio.
Yeah, and we're glad Joe invited us back here to Youngstown Studios here in downtown Youngstown on a 95-degree day. But we're glad Joe invited us back. We came here. This is our second time.
This is our second time since I think it was June something.
So
I
it's
think,
great to be back,
yeah,
right?
that's right.
So I hope we did something right anyway.
And Christina and Melina are on the YouTube chat right
we
there.
got Christina and Melina. Okay, we have Russia and Ireland. Okay. Oh, and don't forget America, Joe, right? America. Anyways, we brought up my niece and Dino's cousin Abby.
That's right.
Who come down. She's joining us today here because she's a musician, and I know Joe says they do music down here every once in a while, correct? And so so we thought we'd like to introduce Abby, who's a singer, songwriter, and she just got a position at the Purple Cat in Youngstown as a staff member. And so we congratulate that.
Congratulations, Abby, working at Purple Cat.
Thank you.
Yes. And we want to tell Joe, the last time we were here, we were going to tell him about, we were going to a Comic-Con in Columbus.
We went on Friday, June
12th?
I think it was what day was it again? The 13th.
13th.
Oh, 13th.
We went to a Comic-Con in Columbus. And we got to see this guy right here, right, James? Hold it up for everybody to see. Joe, look who we met. Where'd Joe go?
Bill Farmer,
We
the
met
voice
Goofy,
of Goofy.
the voice of Goofy.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He signed that for us. He said, hello, Dino.
Nice.
And then here's the thing we also got. This is the thing this is Melina's. Hold that up, buddy.
Okay.
We brought that down here. That's Melina drew that for Grey Griffin, who's a voice actress, singer, musician, comedian, and we gave her a copy. So Melina, thank you for that. So we drew that for her. But anyways, today, what's our show about today, Dino?
Our show.
Oh wait, you know what? Abby's gonna do a little singing later after we do our show first. We're gonna do a little bit of Abby or a little bit of Dino. And go into some music if showcase Abby's.
Sing?
No, I don't sing.
No singing.
No singing.
Well, Abby can sing.
Abby's going to do a little bit of her original music, stuff like that. So today, Dino, why don't you tell us what we're celebrating today?
We're celebrating.
There he is. Bring him
We're
over.
celebrating Sonic the Hedgehog's 34th birthday since June 23rd, 1991, on the Sega Genesis and many other game systems.
Do we have an applause there, Joe, or do we have an applause button?
Applause button?
Do it sound?
It's one of these.
There we go.
There you go.
That's good. That's good.
I got some of my.
Wait. We'll talk about Sonic first.
Okay.
We got to explain what's you tell Sonic the Hedgehog.
He's created by Sega, the video game company. Was in 1991. It was on the Sega Genesis, and they made a couple other games like 2, 3, Sonic and Knuckles, and there was many more. And then.
So what you're saying is it started out as a
video
game. Wasn't a cartoon yet, right? So here's what happened.
The cartoon came out in 93.
The video game came out first on Genesis. What was it?
Sega Genesis.
Sega Genesis. Do you remember that, Joe? Sega?
I do.
Did you play Sega?
A little bit.
Little Sega.
So,
Okay, so Sega produced this game in
1991.
91. It got so popular that they said, we got to make a cartoon out of this character. So tell them then what happened.
Like I think it was getting popular around that time, and then they decided to make it into a cartoon on ABC. I think it was called. They got two cartoons. It was called Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog, and the other one was Sonic the Hedgehog Saturday. I'm also known as Saturday Morning Cartoon.
So show Joe and our audience some of the games that came out first.
Well,
These aren't the
I don't have any Sega game systems.
Yeah,
there.
Dino never got into the Sega, but as it got popular,
This
PlayStation they made copies.
They just put them on like a collection or something like here.
Hold it up so everybody
This
can
is
see.
the Sonic Mega Collection for PlayStation 2, and on the back it says, "Take a blast into the past with these incredible Sonic." It got 7 classic Sonic Genesis games, 6 additional Sonic Game Gear titles, unlockable games and secrets, redesigned interface, and extra bonus material. It got the games on the back there, if you can see there.
Those are the games. Now that led into
It was, I think it was part of a collection that they decided, because Sega Genesis wasn't making any more games in the 90s,
Right.
so they decided to put all the games on PlayStation and stuff.
I think Sega was kind of not a very good game system.
Well, it is still a good game.
Yeah,
so-
but I think as PlayStation and these other games came into being, they put them on these systems.
well, they just remastered and put them on there.
Right. And then after the the cartoon came out, the comic book came out, right?
Yeah, the comic book.
But before that,
I don't know what year the comic book came out, but I know the cartoon came out in '93.
but tell Joe and our listeners, probably Haley and Christina and Melina, all our friends know, they made 2 different cartoon shows.
It was
right?
it was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog and the Saturday morning cartoon.
They kinda-
Saturday AM or
they
something.
kind of competed against each other.
Mhm.
And the one show had more characters,
In the Saturday morning cartoon, Saturday AM.
and
I think it's this one right here. It's this cartoon.
that's
right?
the Saturday morning.
This is the Saturday morning cartoon.
And that's the one that had all the different characters.
yeah. If you see all the characters on there,
Ask Joe if he all heroes have a villain. Do you know
I
who?
was gonna ask you, like, who's the villain in Sonic?
this guy right here.
Wait, see if our
Yeah,
friends
yeah,
on
yeah.
ask our friends on Facebook if they know who the villain.
If they
is.
know who the villain.
Who was the villain of Sonic? Do you know who the
I'm-
villain
I'm-
was?
These are. They have 2
Can I-
villains in
Can I
there.
see
Stole
Yeah,
all the
so-
rings, though, right? That was his job.
He stole the
Yeah,
rings.
he needs
right.
the power rings.
Let's see if they're watching here. Let's see if they come up with. Does any of our listeners know who the villain of Sonic the Hedgehog is? It begins with a
in the Saturday morning cartoon. This one right here.
yes.
This one.
Eggman. No, it wasn't Eggman, was it? It was Doc.
Well, you could call him either Eggman or Robotnik.
Yeah,
but because
Dr. Robotnik.
well,
was
or
his
you
name.
could call him Robotnik or Eggman, whatever you want to call it.
Yes.
It's still the same character.
Same
Okay,
character.
so
But-
you're right.
Yeah, we're
But-
right.
But this is Dr. Robotnik and his nephew Snively right there.
Is that Kyle? It was
Kyle Gable, yes.
Yeah,
Is
he
she-
got it.
where's Kyle?
Down at the bottom there.
Yeah, where's she from?
It's he.
Oh, it's he. Where's he from? Kyle, where
He's
are
from
you?
New York.
New York. Okay, the Bronx, right.
Yes, he-
Dr. Robotnik. There's
This is-
Haley.
this is,
Haley got it.
Dr. Robotnik.
We need
and
the
his
applause,
And his
Joe.
nephew Snively right there.
Yeah, okay.
From the Saturday morning cartoon.
Okay, now here's a trivia question. Maybe our listeners will know too. Our Facebook. Maybe Joe will know. When you make a cartoon, you got to have a voice actor, right?
Mhm.
Who voiced Sonic? It's a very famous star, the TV star.
Wow.
We'll have to look at our Facebook friend. Do you know Abby?
No, I don't.
We have a picture of him here. Dino had an autograph. We've met him,
Okay.
and he's done promos for Golden String Radio for our show.
Actually, I could try to play that promo.
Maybe we could play the
Let me
promo.
see if I can have
Let's
to go to
see.
my videos here.
We're going to bring it up here. His name, he did, this is him right here. Jaleel White,
Ah.
Urkel.
No kidding.
That's Urkel from
I did not know that.
you know, Family, what's that show? Family
Family Matters.
Family Matters. Urkel did
Let me see if I can
Sonic.
find that
In the
video.
movies too, or just a cartoon?
Just a cartoon.
just the cartoons. He did Sonic.
Actually, I can find that video here real quick. Let me see if I can play it here. If I can find it.
Oh, Melina has to go. She says, even though it's late for me, but it's a great show. She's in
Aw.
Russia, so it's late. You got to go to bed. Thank you for staying up, Melina.
Aw.
That means a lot to us. I mean, staying up. So it must be like 3 o'clock in the morning over in Russia right now. We're gonna give
Let's
her a
see,
little.
Do I have the video on here? I'm trying to find the
Thank you,
video.
Melina.
Trying to find.
But
the video.
anyways, Urkel, we went to a Comic-Con and he signed and he also did a promo.
Let me see if I can
And
find it.
if Dino's going to see if he can find that for us. Okay. But anyways, let's talk about the comic books now. Okay. Dean?
The comic.
We'll do
book?
that later.
Well, I was just gonna do the promo.
Okay. So we know Jaleel White.
hmm
And who did Dr. Robotnik?
Jim Cummings.
Jim Cummings from
Oh,
Youngstown.
Big
Our
name
buddy-
there.
He did. Yeah. So we have Jim Cummings from Youngstown, who does Winnie the Pooh and Tigger, and Dr. Robotnik.
And you want to tell him? I showed you that video today at Panera. You want to explain to him what the difference between those two cartoons are?
Yeah, the first cartoon had a lot of characters.
No.
like-
That's it. The first one was Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
It didn't have characters.
No.
Okay.
It was just Sonic, Tails, Grounder,
And Dr. Robotnik.
Grounder, Scratch, and Dr. Robotnik in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Right.
And then the Sad AM cartoon had this one right here.
Yeah, it had more
This,
characters.
this
right?
one had more characters.
Yeah, so it was a little different. He was drawn different. So that's how they kind of differentiated the two.
hmm
Also, pull your Sonic up here. Abby gave you this for your birthday, right? Remember that?
Also, we have a
And then Jaleel White
Doyle
signed
signed
that.
that on there.
See that, Joe?
Aw.
Jaleel White
This
signed
is
that.
the original
Aw.
Sonic. This is the '90s Sonic.
And he's changed over.
But this is the movie Sonic from with Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey was also Robotnik. Two Jims that we wrote no.
Oh, hey, speaking of Jim Carrey movie, tell him what happened. Now,
He was going to retire as not make any more movies, but I heard they're making another fourth movie of Sonic the Hedgehog coming out in 2027, I think.
but tell him how the fan base controlled the movie when they announced they were going to make
A
a
Sonic movie.
Sonic movie.
Well,
they-
first it was in 2019 when that happened, and then his design was ugly Sonic around that time. They took that ugly Sonic into the years later for that Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers movie.
yeah, what happened, Joe and Abby, was they showed this Sonic character for the new movie
Coming in 2019.
and the fans, it was drawn wrong. They didn't like the way he was drawn. They kind of updated him a little bit. They wanted him to look like the classic.
Like the classic Sonic. But
Sonic.
he does look like classic
So-
right now today.
They had to change it because the fans protested, and so sometimes protesting works.
Like
out.
they
Right.
signed a petition to they were signing petitions to bring the classic.
Bring the
Son-
classic Sonic back. So now we're going to show the comic books, right, Dean?
Yeah.
Now this is Sonic.
number 0 book.
This is the first Sonic that came out. Hold it up there, buddy.
Number 0.
That's number 1 comic.
Number 0. Number 0. This is a number 0 book.
Now, if you look, Joe, if you look in the right-hand corner, you'll see $1.25. That was 19 what?
This is what year is this comic? It's got to be
The 80s or the 90s?
no, it's the 90s, but it doesn't say what.
well, 90s.
I don't know what year this comic is.
So in the 90s, it was $1.25. When you buy it at a Comic-Con, $5. See what we paid for it?
Yeah, $5.
It's
Right.
$5 for it today.
Because it's rare. You know?
Yeah.
Well, it's a rare comic. They don't make these anymore.
Yeah. And see how he's drawn. If you look at how this is the newer. See
No, this is the classic Sonic.
this one here.
These are all classic.
These are all classic Sonics.
Look,
I don't
honestly-
I don't like the
Well-
new I don't
Well,
like
here's
the
the new one, right? This is the newer one.
no wait a minute.
Show the difference between.
No, that this is the new Sonic right here.
Yeah, we'll show Joe and our audience
The-
and
the-
Abby the new. Put,
you could see the
them side by
you
side.
could see the
see them side by side.
the
The difference.
the graphics on here.
The graphics are
But
different.
look at the graphics on the new ones here. These are the new ones.
You don't like those?
No.
I mean, I stopped. I only collect the original ones. That's from 1991 to 2007. Yeah, 2007 stopped.
What happened in 2007?
Well, that's when the good comics were stopped. The stories and the graphics were going a little downhill or something.
They got a little darker.
Yeah.
It started out as a comic, bright.
No,
you know.
the video game was.
Well,
first.
no, I mean when they went to the comic book, like you say, the drawings were better, the stories were better. It was more fun. As it got older, they got new writers. They kind of made them darker, and Dino and a lot of people just they like the original. They like
More villainous. More...
right.
This is the classic song because if you look, he has green eyes in here. He didn't have green eyes back in the 90s.
We'll show everybody up there.
This
See,
if you look closely,
that was
he didn't have green eyes back then.
yeah. See,
He's got green eyes.
See right here, he's got green eyes.
Mhm.
And then
Just drawn different.
yeah, but they change him around once in a while.
Do you
Yeah.
think it's when they went to computer?
I think that's when it happened in the 2000s or something,
Okay.
early 2000s or something. But
Hand
that
drawn versus computer graphics.
and then in the Sonic Boom cartoon in 2014, they made his arms blue, and they even put him in. His arms are blue in the movie too. So they changed him a lot of times. They changed from green eyes to blue arms.
Hey, Kyle's got it. He says, "I got to run. Great seeing you, Dino Jr. and Senior from Brooklyn, New York."
Awesome, buddy.
And we have Melina from Russia saying hi to Christina in Ireland. Boy, we're uniting the whole world together, Joe. Dino unites the world.
An ambassador.
He's an ambassador of comic books, right?
That's right, buddy.
And
Is
that,
Sonic Worldwide?
Sonic. What do you mean worldwide?
So did it release the cartoons, the comics, and the movie?
No. The video game was first in 1991, and I think they started doing comics after the video game, and then they made the cartoon in '93. And then they made more cartoons in the early 2000s. Like there's one after Adventures in SatAM, there was Underground, and then there was on 4Kids, it was called Sonic X, and then what was after that one? Sonic Boom, and then Fire. Wait, what was that other one? After Sonic Boom, it was another cartoon. I forgot. I don't. Sometimes I watch the new cartoons, but I just prefer the classic Sonic, the 90s cartoon.
Haley's saying hello to Abby from Haley's from Delaware.
Hi, Haley.
Yeah, we met Haley. She met Haley, remember?
Yeah, of course.
Abby, what was your favorite comic book or cartoons? Did you have a favorite cartoon when you were
I like Doug Funny and
Doug?
Doug.
Rugrats.
Rugrats?
Oh yeah, Billy
Yeah.
West is a good voice actor voicing Doug. Well, Doug, and what was the other cartoon?
Rugrats.
Oh,
Rugrats.
Rugrats is a classic one.
Yeah.
The classic one,
Yeah.
the
Hey
90s
Arnold.
cartoon.
Hey Arnold's
Hey
good.
Arnold.
Yeah. Oh, you watched Nickelodeon
Yeah,
when
I
you're growing
watched
up.
Nickelodeon.
Well, when I was a kid, I just grew up watching Disney related shows. I watched the later shows when I got older and stuff.
Mhm.
We got a Comic-Con coming up in August
August
in Monroeville.
Monroeville.
It's going to have the cast from Full House.
Uh,
What's her name? DJ?
Candace Cameron Bure, Stephanie Tanner, Jodie Sweden, Andrea Barber, Kimmy Gibbler, Dave Coulier, Jolie Gladstone, and Scott Weinger, Steve, DJ's boyfriend.
So what Dino wants to do is what they do sometimes is they have their tables set up each.
Yeah, because they have a table set up at their tables. I mean, and if I go to all their tables, then that's just kind of like
Yeah. So, but what they also do is they have you can pay for a group shot.
a photo op.
Photo op, they call it.
Mhm.
So Dino said, let's just do the photo op with the whole cast. And he has an autograph of Bob Saget who passed.
Yeah, I still have that.
Nice.
So he's going to bring
I think I
that,
brought it last year. Yeah.
and
We
hopefully,
get all 4 others. Right?
Yeah.
5
Well,
others.
I'm
Yeah.
just gonna.
Hold it up.
I'm gonna hold it like this in the picture.
Aw.
That's Bob.
yeah.
Like,
Bob
to
will
be-
join you.
Yeah,
yeah. I just
yeah.
want to
That's sweet.
promote him and
Promote
stuff.
Bob
Yeah.
Saget, yeah.
Remember.
Haley says Roger was my favorite from Doug.
Oh, the bully,
Roger.
Roger Clock.
Roger Clock.
He's the one that wears the leather jacket.
Yeah.
Yeah, Roger,
And I believe Roger was voiced by Billy West as well.
Billy West. We met Billy West, didn't we?
Yeah, I'm friends with him on Facebook. He
Friends-
likes what I do on Facebook.
He likes what you do, yeah. Billy West.
Yeah, I'm friends with you. You've seen him in the comments.
Yes, I
haven't
do. Yeah, I remember him.
you? Billy West is a good guy.
Yes, he's very good. So, anyways, I'm going to bring some of my comics in now. Okay.
Okay, you do
Can
that.
I do that?
Yeah, sure.
These are comics
Go ahead,
that I
buddy.
grew up with.
Here,
Okay.
we can,
Nobody's going to know these.
but we can. Here,
I'll know him.
here, let me put these right
We're
here.
going
So
to
you
start. Let me see.
put them
Let's
over
see.
here so you can show.
Let's see. We're going to start with this one here. How
What's
about
this one,
one?
buddy?
Do we
Zorro.
remember this
Oh,
one?
Zorro.
Oh, yeah.
Do we remember
Well,
Zorro?
I grew up watching on the old Disney
Walt,
Channel.
This was Walt Disney's Zorro.
the from based on the TV show on the old Disney Channel.
And let me
Original.
Original.
Yeah.
and really
I
let me
like to call it the old Disney Channel because that was classic back then.
I got to tell people, I always tell this story about superheroes. And when we go to comic book and you see Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, X-Men, whatever. Zorro was the first superhero.
Is he a superhero?
He
Totally.
Okay.
Because
He's
number
my idol.
because number one, he predates Superman, Batman. He has a secret. He wears a mask.
Yeah.
He has a secret identity. He has a cave where he hides out. Instead of a Batmobile, he has his horse. His horse can jump. Like he has a whip, a gun. He has
a gun?
yeah.
I don't think he has a gun.
Yeah, he has a little pistol.
Oh, yeah.
And he has a servant who's like his
Understudy.
yeah.
I like to call him. I like
that's
to call
Superman.
him the original Darkwing Duck.
Christina.
That's
see?
good, Dino.
Christina says Zorro was awesome. So that's Zorro. Here's
And he
another.
has a movie, television show.
Yeah.
Comic
Yeah.
book. Here's
Yeah.
another one maybe Joe might remember here. Let's see. How about this guy?
I knew David Crockett.
Davy
Fess
Crockett.
Parker.
Another Walt
no,
Disney,
No,
right?
that was another on the old Disney Channel.
Fess Parker, right? Fess Parker? You
Fess
don't remember
Parker.
Davy Crockett? He had his own song.
Dave.
Davy Crockett, King
Yeah.
of the Wild Frontier.
Yeah.
You know?
Davey.
Right? So that's Davy Crockett. Yes. Everybody do. Okay, what else we got here? Let's
What
see.
else you got there?
Okay, well here's
That's
another.
another Davy
Here's another
Crockett.
Davy Crockett at the Alamo.
Oh,
So
okay.
he went to the Alamo. That's where he ended up at the Alamo. Let's see what we got. Oh, let me see if Joe knows this one. I don't know if Abby will know this one. Though. This is a TV show.
The Rifleman.
The Rifleman.
No.
You don't know the Rifleman?
You don't know the Rifleman?
It's on
We
INSP
were
all
that.
the time. Do you get the channel?
1960.
Do you get the channel INSP? Oh, you don't get the channel?
1959, 60, 61. He had a gun
Rifleman.
with a big loop on it, and they call him the Rifleman because he would always use his rifle. And he had his young son Mark McCain.
Yeah,
Okay, that's the
they're
Rifleman.
not here with us today.
Hey, Melina, Abby is so pretty.
Melina?
That's Melina. Oh, see,
Thank
that's
I like
nice.
that.
That's very
I
nice.
was blushing.
I am.
Melina, if you could stick around a little bit, Abby's going to sing in a little bit and perform. She's going to do a little guitar and sing some of her original material that she wrote and stuff. So if you can stay up a little bit there, Melina. I know it's late in Russia,
Right, Dad?
but we'll try to end this in a little bit.
How about at 6:30?
Yeah, we'll let Abby take over. Is that okay, Joe?
Sure.
We'll let Abby take over
How about
here
that?
around 6:30. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Okay, that's another Zorro. How about this one, Joe?
What's that one?
Sergeant Rock.
You
He's
don't
Sergeant Rock.
you don't know that one?
Sergeant Rock. He was a soldier cartoon. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah, he was
there's a
cool.
theme there.
He was
Never.
a good guy.
Like, was that on a TV
And
channel?
then we had Sad Sack. I don't know if you remember Sad. He was another army cartoon.
You're stumping me here.
And see on the back,
Sure.
you could buy stuff. See, and I bought some. I bought my X-ray glasses here.
Where
We test them
We're gonna
live.
take-
where
all right,
are
here-
the X-ray glasses?
Here's what we're gonna
Wait,
do,
wait,
Joe.
wait, can I see where are the X-ray glasses?
You hold this behind your.
Where are they, Dad?
Okay.
Well, they're not on here. You hold up some fingers behind it, and I'll put the X-ray glasses on, and I'm gonna see if I can.
Well, you gotta take your glasses
I'm gonna
off.
take mine off, and I'm gonna put on my X-ray glasses. here.
Okay.
Where'd everybody go? Okay, Joe. Let me see how many fingers he's got. He's got
Do you see that?
He's got 2 fingers up.
Well, he's
Oh,
got two.
okay.
Sorry, Dad.
Get your money back.
I'm sorry.
Sorry about that, buddy.
I know they didn't. Okay.
I know you were just, that was funny, buddy.
Okay. Oh, then we have this one. How about
So
the?
what was the theory on those? Because every kid wanted the X-ray specs.
Check them out there.
Let's see how they actually work. I want to
Hold your hand up to them. Can you see? Can you see something in there? Can you see
Can you
like
see?
an X-ray of your
X-ray
fingers?
vision glass.
Like maybe the X-ray film. Oh man, I would ask for my money back.
Can you see your bones?
No.
You can't see the bones of your fingers in there.
Maybe my vision's back. No. I'm not seeing
You
my
can't see
You
your
can't
bones.
see?
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Oh, okay. That's why they came on a comic book. And then Beetle Bailey. Do you remember Beetle Bailey?
Do you remember Beetle Bailey?
Okay. And then I had Bonanza. We had Bonanza.
Yes.
Okay.
That was
All
a
right.
classic TV show. Look at
I'm
Abby.
working for you. Can you see your bones?
No.
Hey, Christina says Joe is awesome too. That comes all the way from love from Ireland. There. Abby is pretty from Haley. So that's awesome there too.
That is
Okay, well,
awesome.
you know what? We're gonna let Abby do the
Bonanza,
little
yeah.
half hour here.
Okay, buddy.
Let's tell a little bit. Why don't you tell Joe a little bit about your music career? You know how that started out, or
Well, can't she talk in there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The mic's ready to go.
Okay. I started playing the guitar at 14, and then started writing music around the same time. And then I joined a band I was doing like solo stuff in high school, and then after college, I joined a band called the Speed Bumps, and we toured a little bit around, made a couple of albums, and then I joined a different band. I made it called, my bandmate and I were called Cave Twins, and we made an album together called Best Friends for Now. And then we had some touring, and then COVID hit, and then we had to cancel some shows, and we haven't really done that much since. But I was living in Cleveland for a while, and I just moved back to Youngstown, and
working at the Purple Cat.
working at the Purple Cat now, doing music there.
She works
And-
at St. Lucy's and the farm
Yep, over by Gabba Camp.
over by Gavacamp. Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah.
And you got
play-
to play. She did her first show at West Side Bowl.
Oh yeah, I
We
played
were-
That,
brunch.
that was
Yeah.
back on. That was back on. What day was that?
Well, it
again?
was my birthday. We were bowling on my birthday, and I know I kind of know the owner in there, and I know that on Sunday morning, if you ever go to the West Side Bowl Sunday morning early,
brunch.
they have a brunch.
They have a brunch. I think it starts at 11, but I played 12 to 3.
Yeah, they play kind of easy listening music there. So I said to the owner, I know my niece plays guitar. He said, have her come down, and we'll have Abby sit right here. How about
Okay, you
that?
want to sit here, buddy?
He had her.
We'll hit the mics here. We'll have this do the guitar.
Okay.
And then she can do vocals, and she can just stand right here.
Play any song you want, Abby.
Can she sit, Joe, or how would you like?
Totally. Yeah, just put her right in front of the two mics there.
Okay, we're gonna have
Line her up so those mics get a good beat on her.
You want this chair? I think
Maybe this one because it's less.
Okay.
sweet.
All right, we'll do that. Now we'll come over
Mhm.
here.
Right, buddy?
and we'll-
What do you want me to play, Dino?
Play anything you want, buddy.
You don't have any requests?
I got a good request.
Okay, what's your request?
It would have to be.
You can pull that down.
What was that one
Okay.
song that I liked? I'm trying to think. What was that one song? I'm trying to think. I forgot what song it was. There's so many good songs from you, Abby. There's a lot of good songs.
You don't have a
No, I don't have a request at the
Oh,
moment,
man, okay.
but right there.
What was that one you played at
Long sleeve weather or something.
Oh, really?
Passenger syndrome. Oh, it's called passenger syndrome. Is that the one?
Passenger Syndrome. That's an old song I wrote like when I was like.
That was on the Kites album,
Yeah,
right?
that was my
How about
solo.
Feeling Groovy? That was good.
Oh no, that's not my song.
I know it's not yours. But can we play it? Can we play it?
I can.
That's something everybody.
Can we
would-
play a cover on here? Is that like okay?
Go for it.
Slow down, you move too fast. You gotta make the morning last. Just kicking down the cobblestones, looking for fun and feeling groovy. Da-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Hello lamppost, what you knowin'? I've come to watch your flowers growing. Ain't you got no rhymes for me? Do-do-do-do-do, feeling groovy. Ba-da-da-dum-dum-dum-da, feeling groovy. I got no deeds to do, no promises to keep. I'm dappled and drowsy and ready to sleep. Let the morning time drop all its petals on me. Life, I love you, always groovy. Ba-da-da-da-da-da, feeling groovy. Aw. Yeah. Thanks, buddy. Thanks, buddy.
Maureen, your aunt wants to hear the Buddy song.
Oh, the Buddy song.
That's the one
Okay.
you wrote. You wrote
Yeah,
that one?
this
That's
is
the Buddy song.
this is an original.
That's an original song.
It's a whistle one. You guys want to whistle?
I don't listen. I don't know how to
You don't whistle?
I can whistle. Let me get it.
Okay, you go ahead, Jeff.
All right, let me get it.
We may not be perfect like friends on TV. And I don't have the money to buy you pretty things. I can't build a mansion, I can't build a thing. But I promise I can love you like a sparrow loves to sing. I'll be there when you need me, I'll be there when you don't. I'll be there when you want me, I'll be there when you won't. As long as this old heart beats and these lungs are breathing air, you'll never have to worry, 'cause buddy, I'll be there. I don't know if I'll get famous, I don't know if I'll go far. But I'll never stop believing and wishing on a star. And when they think about us many years from now, they'll He'll know what best friends is because we showed him how. I'll be there when you need me, I'll be there when you don't. I'll be there when you want me, I'll be there when you won't. As long as this old heart beats and these lungs are breathing air, you'll never have to worry, 'cause buddy, I'll be there. Everybody.
Hey, I gotta listen to this. Listen to this. I hope you remember this, Abby.
Okay.
Let me see if I have it here. Hold on 1 second. See if I have it here. Hold on. Oops, that's the wrong one.
Hi, this is Abby from Cave Twins. I'm here with my cousin Dino.
Hi, Abby.
Hey, Dino. Make sure you tune into my cousin Dino's internet radio show, www.goldenstreetradio.org in Youngstown, Ohio, every Monday from 6 to 7, and every Thursday from 6 to 8 to hear the best music from the 50s and 60s.
Including the Cave Twins also.
Thanks, you're the best, buddy.
No, buddy, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
No, you're the best.
No, buddy, you're the best.
No, you are.
I love you too.
Yeah, Abby did a promo for us.
She
huh?
did a promo.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah. And she didn't even charge for that promo. Yeah, thank you.
You did good, Abby.
Thanks, buddy.
Promise I can love you like a sparrow loves to sea.
Hey.
And also, we got Jaleel White promo. Listen to this. If you,
This is
from-
Jaleel White did a promo. We'll get back to Abby in a minute, but we're going to hear Jaleel White did a.
Shout out to my peeps at Golden String Radio. Dino, what's happening, man? I haven't seen you since Pennsylvania. Check out the radio show. Monday, 6 to 7. Thursday, 6 to 8. It's Jaleel White. I'm out here hiding in my hat. Probably gonna put my mask back up. Don't want to get in trouble. Have a great 2021. It cannot be worse than 2020. 2021, baby. Coming at you.
Yeah, that was Jaleel White.
and listen to this. Listen to this.
At the time, I did Sonic the Hedgehog because they wanted it on ABC at Saturday morning. I didn't really realize I owned Friday night. So get the guy who owns Friday night to lead us into Saturday morning. And that was their thinking. It wasn't that deep. But again, like I said, because I try to give my best at anything that I do, I tapped into the character, and that's what you guys heard. I did over 100 episodes of Sonic the Hedgehog because it was a network directive to get the flow from Friday night to Saturday morning.
All right.
So now you know, Dad.
That's right. Hey, we got some comments. It says Sue Aldridge, thank you, Abby.
Aww.
Melina, beautiful. Bravo, Abby.
Mhm.
Awesome singer. Very good.
Thank you, everybody.
You're
We're gonna
welcome.
do another. How about another original?
Okay.
You got one ready to go here? Let's see.
Yeah.
How about what's off the Cave Twins?
We do Grandma's song.
Grandma song.
That's a good one.
You wanna do- This is about our grandma.
Grandma Rosie
Yeah.
I'm
McIntyre.
gonna do
Yeah.
that one.
Let's see if I
Yeah,
have that.
okay.
on here.
Or Keep on Singing.
Keep
or-
on singing's good
Which-
too.
which-
Let's
which
do
one?
Keep
Grandma-
on Singing.
Grandma
The
song?
Grandma song.
Okay.
No, Keep on Singing is good.
We'll do both of those.
Okay, okay. Okay.
Which one do you want?
We'll do. Which one do you want to do, Dad?
Grandma song.
Grandma song's good.
Okay.
Let me see if I have it.
When the sun hits, as the trees sway, that's when I see you. That's when I feel you near. When I feel you near. When I feel you near. At night, when it's quiet in a room at a party, that's when I miss you. That's when I'd love you near. When I'd love you near. When I'd love you near. Days upon days, cards at the table. That's when I hear you. That's when I hope you're here. When I hope you're here. When I hope you're here.
Yay!
Yay.
All right, very nice. Very nice. Did you ever learn any Irish songs like the Unicorn, or because we have Christina?
I don't.
You have to
I'll have to
learn
learn.
one.
I'll have to learn one for you,
So
Christina.
You have to learn one?
Yeah.
You got to get an
Yeah.
Irish song.
Yeah.
St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner.
Yeah.
Right, Joe?
Yeah, right around the
It's
corner.
gotta be. Right?
Yeah, yeah,
That's my favorite holiday.
yeah.
I know that's your favorite holiday, and Christina's favorite holiday too.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna do another one. Let's do a couple more here.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Let's that.
What song would you like to do next, Abby?
Should we do? We could do "Walk Together," "Take Off Your Shoes," or "Keep on Singing."
Keep
Keep on singing.
what was that other one song? Can we do what was that one song? You can't do Passenger Syndrome?
I can do "Passenger Singing."
Okay.
Yeah, you want me to do that
That's a
one?
good one.
Okay.
That's a good
Okay.
one.
This is not off Cave Twins. This is
Off the Kirk Kites
this is my
first album,
yeah.
Kites.
This is a long time ago.
I like this one.
Yeah.
This time, my upper hand doesn't seem so high. This time, well, it's a good scare, it's more than fine. And oh, what I'd do to fight the odds of August. I'd like for us to move into long sleeve weather, oh, if you'd mind. We could dance on the dock just to scare everyone away. We could dance all night long, along to Sufjan Stevens' waves. Who sees me like this? No one, not one, not anyone but you. Not anyone but you. Not anyone but you. And I I like to say your full name, and it's fun to laugh about mine. We could share our pets and peeps, how strange we can be sometimes. I'd like for us to move into long sleeve weather, oh, if you'd mind. We could dance on the dock just to scare everyone away. We could dance all night along to Sufjan Stevens' waves. Who sees me like this? No one, not one, not anyone but you. Not anyone but you. Not anyone but you. Not anyone but you. I'd like for us to move into long sleeve weather, oh, if you'd mind.
Yay!
That's an oldie.
That's
That's
classic.
an oldie.
I grew up listening to that song.
Yeah.
I used to hear it in the car all the time. We had the CD when
Yeah,
we listened in the
we
car.
still have that CD.
We still have it somewhere.
Yeah.
Didn't you do Imagine too one time?
One time.
You did?
It's on the internet somewhere.
Yeah.
Oh, it's on the internet?
Yeah,
Can't do
I
that
don't.
now?
I don't think
That's
so.
fine.
I don't think so.
Doesn't seem that hard. It's
I'll
just-
work on it. Yeah.
Doesn't seem that hard, right?
Um,
Bling,
yeah.
bling, bling, right there.
That's
Yeah.
right, buddy.
Okay, how about we have a couple more, Joe, till the top of the hour here?
You can do a couple more if you'd like.
Okay.
Okay.
We got time.
You want to do? What do you want? What do you want next, Dino?
I'm trying to think. What was that one song?
Well, we got to ask Joe if we could come back again. Can we come back and do another show?
Yeah.
Not to
When?
put you on the spot.
when can we come back?
We'll work on it. We'll
Yeah,
find
we'll
out.
work on
Okay,
it,
sounds
buddy.
good.
We could do a show about vinyl records.
Vinyl
We'll
record.
bring our
Ah.
vinyl collection back, right, Dave?
Vinyl records.
Because
There's
I
a
know
lot
we
of
can't.
vinyl.
I know we can't play them because of copyright.
But you just want to just show them off to people.
But the great thing about records is the art, the album cover, the sleeve, the jacket, stuff that they put inside the albums. That's almost as important as the music sometimes.
You know who'd be a good guest for you to interview?
Who?
The record store in Niles.
Oh, what's his name?
Yeah, I forget his name, but
The
he
Record
is
Connection.
Oh, well,
super
is that the one that we went to that they didn't have it over there? I was waiting in the car, and is that that's the one?
He's in Niles. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to bring him on and you can interview.
Yeah.
Oh, like you want to have him call into the show here?
Yeah,
Okay,
that'd be a good interview.
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
We could
okay.
bring him. We'll bring our records,
Bring the records.
our sleeves.
An evaluation. From,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
See, and with Dino, we were looking at some of his PlayStation games, and he has a whole bunch of the Nintendos. Okay, do you remember
The
Nintendo?
regular or the regular one or the Super
Well,
Nintendo?
both.
I have both games.
Yeah, but Joe, here's the thing: the
What-
boxes
what-
are gone.
What
Right.
What boxes?
The box that the Nintendo, like,
The sleeve.
yeah,
No. You mean where you put the game inside?
Well, no. See how this comes in a package, a box.
Yeah.
When kids get stuff, they throw the box away.
Of course we do.
You know.
But,
so we,
Hey, do you remember that time I first got the Nintendo? Not the top loader, the one that you had to keep blowing into.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You always
yeah.
had to blow in it to work.
It
right?
wouldn't
The
work,
first one. It wouldn't
but
work.
then later they started making this top loader, and then it would be easier to play because
Super Nintendo.
no, this is the regular Nintendo.
Yeah, regular.
I still have the super. They made it. They did made a Super Nintendo version as well, but the top loader. You know what a top loader.
Yeah,
You just pop it in and on just pop in. You don't have to put it into the thing, and it just comes on right away.
Yeah, it
It
worked.
didn't flicker at you.
No.
Yeah.
You into it?
Yeah,
The top loader is easier.
yeah, it worked better. It
Wait,
worked better.
I could show you what it looks like here. Let me see if I can find it here.
But with the records, you know, a lot of times, especially the 45s, they would come with a picture sleeve.
Nintendo
And
top loader.
kids they'd throw that picture sleeve away and they just stack the records up.
See,
on,
here it is. This is what the top loader looks like. Let's see. See, isn't that easier to put? Isn't that easy to put the game in there?
Yeah,
Yeah, but that's no fun. You needed to go.
yeah.
No.
Remember how you used to have to
The
blow on it?
top loader is easier because the games won't flicker and stuff.
Flicker, yeah.
See,
Have all your saliva
Yeah.
inside the cartridge.
Yeah.
See, that's the top loader right
I don't know
there.
how many times, Joe, I was blowing in that
Yeah,
game. I said, why am I doing this?
But then it would get worse because then you'd corrode it, and
Uh-huh.
then
Yeah.
it would even behave more poorly.
Worse, yeah, that's worse. But we'll do a show later, maybe about records, and we'll show our
Mhm.
collection. But we'll plan that for the next show.
Mhm.
Sweet.
But we're going to do another song with Abby because we've almost let's do one more song.
We got
Okay.
about how many minutes left?
About 6 minutes.
Okay,
Okay, and then
and we'll talk to Joe. before
sounds
that.
good, buddy.
Sing a 6-minute song.
6-minute song.
6 minute song.
I could do 3 songs.
About Freebird. Right?
Yeah.
Yes, exactly.
Oh, you want to do
Uh,
Freebird?
Pink Floyd.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to do Freebird?
Or Layla. How about
No
Layla?
thanks. No thank
Same
you.
way.
Layla?
Except my one friend would start playing
Layla's a
it.
long song.
Layla's
yeah.
long too, yeah.
Do you want Take Off Your Shoes, Walk Together, or Keep on Singing?
Walk together.
Walk together?
Walk
Okay.
together, okay. Abbey Road's coming back.
We should all go hand in hand together on a journey to a better land and be glad to help each other when our trials come, when trials come. If another's way from yours is different, do not take the judge's stand. We should walk together, helping one another all the way home. We should walk together side by side while traveling here, while traveling here. We should never quarrel, for our time is dear. There's only one life that we're given. I don't want to live it on my own. We should walk together, helping one another all the way home. Do 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 ba 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 da 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 da. 7 billion people on this planet, on this pale blue dot called home. Each and every one with hopes and dreams inside their domes, inside their domes. We should all be one big happy family, a tribe where no one stands alone. We should walk together, helping one another all the way home. We should walk together side by side while traveling here, while traveling here. We should never quarrel, for our time is dear. There's only one life that we're given. I don't want to live it on my own. We should walk together, helping one another all the way home. We should walk together side by side while traveling here, while traveling here. We should never quarrel, for our time is dear. There's only one life that we're given. I don't want to live it on my own. We should walk together, helping one another all the way home. There's a harmony at the end there, usually.
You're looking for them to chime in.
Yeah.
I forgot my part.
Yeah, you forgot your part? Okay.
That was a good one, buddy.
Oh, thanks, buddy.
I
Oh,
hope you enjoyed that. Joe.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Can we have Abby back sometime again?
Absolutely.
Yes, we can.
What's
Love live music.
What's the stage for over there? What is that for?
So when COVID happened, we opened the stage to performers and comedians that weren't making a living at the time. So we gave them virtual shows so they can try to earn a living.
Oh, okay.
Sweet.
Okay.
You still use that over there?
Sometimes performers will set up and they'll do recordings and do commercials and promo tapes and stuff like that.
If Abby's interested in something like to do that,
Anytime, Abby.
I'm trying to promote her.
My new manager. Yeah.
Well, Joe, thanks for having us.
Yeah,
again.
thank you so much.
Dino really enjoys coming down.
Yes, I
here.
enjoy coming down here.
And,
And
we like to try to do fun stuff.
Yeah.
You know, comic books, records, things that I know stuff about that's totally not useless information, right?
But nostalgia is huge.
Yeah, I know, right, Dean?
Huge.
It's fun stuff, like Sonic, right, Dean?
Sonic, right?
Sonic's birthday, right?
That's right.
Whose other birthday's coming up? Anybody's?
Let's-
Donald Duck or anybody?
no, he already had his
Oh,
birthday.
he already had his
It was on the 9th of June.
9th of June.
He already had his birthday.
He had his
I think
birthday.
he was born in 1930, so he's 91, I think. 91, yeah. 91, yeah.
We were going to ask you, Joe, if you could give us a heads up, weeks that we could come, we could get like guests to interview, like Dino.
Well,
knows
like
a
you
lot-
want me to try to get some of my Facebook?
Yeah, we
What-
could get like Sylvester Stallone to come on, or
Uh,
Steven Spielberg.
For
or,
sure.
Yeah.
just let us know and we'll set it up. You know what I mean?
Or do you want
Give us some
to? Or do you
time.
want to try to get that one guy on Jerry Reese?
Dino knows a lot of directors and
Because they know who I am
they know
and
who he
stuff.
is. So if you could give us like
A lot of these famous people, directors, storyboard writers, and actors and voice actors, and a lot of the staff people know who I am from Facebook, and they know I have a radio show, and they know I do fun stuff like this.
We'd like to get Jim Cummings from Youngstown.
I'm trying to get him one
We've been
time.
trying to get him
Yeah, anytime.
because he's a local guy and he'd have a lot of great stories. And
Well, maybe next time we see him at a con, we'll talk to him about
he
it.
told the story how, real quick, before he became the voice of Winnie the Pooh.
He was working at the.
Well, he went out to Hollywood. Or California, and he got a job in a video store, and he made a
video
He
store
made a tape of all his character voices, but he wasn't
in the business yet.
wasn't in the business yet. And the guy who originally did Winnie the Pooh, his name was Sterling Holloway. I don't know if you know who he was. He did the voice of Winnie. He was the original Walt Disney's Winnie the Pooh. So Jim Cummings told the story. He was in a restaurant one day. He was sitting in a booth, and him and his friend or wife or whatever, they were sitting there, and there was a divider, and then people were on the other side. You couldn't see them, but you could hear them. And he heard this waitress go up to this person and go, what would you like? And he goes, I think I'd like the chowder. And in Winnie's voice, he goes,
Yeah, that's his actual voice.
so he goes, that's Winnie. So he got up and he walked around. He goes, I didn't want to bother him, but that was the guy. And then he passed away and he took over his job.
Nice.
But
In the early 90s, he passed away. I think
Yeah.
it was 92 he passed away. Yeah.
All right, Dino, close us out.
okay.
Okay, it's time for the Dino and Dino Youngstown Computer Show to sign off now. So
Thank all our Facebook
so
friends who tuned in.
we like to thank all our people that
Christina.
always watch us.
Christina,
Haley, Laura, Brendan, Justin, Cassandra, Art Dubin, Melina, Kyle, Gable, Garrett Wolf, Ella, Clifford Wolfson, and many more.
and don't forget.
And thank you, Abby, for being a guest on my on the Youngstown Computer Show, Dino and Dino Youngstown Computer Show.
Thanks, Dino.
You're welcome,
Okay.
bud.
Thank
so-
you,
so-
Joe.
Shout out to Aunt Maureen too.
Shout out to Aunt Maureen.
Okay.
and
Teresa, I think your mom,
Oh, is she
Catherine,
listening?
and Catherine was listening, and
Okay.
Aunt Bo and Christine, I think, your sister,
and we'll be back on
Sue Aldridge too.
and we'll be back on Golden String Radio on Thursday, June 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. Thursday. And we'll figure out when we're going to come back here soon.
Yeah, we'll talk. We'll figure it out. We'll keep you updated. Thank you, Joe.
Until then, good night, everybody.
Okay. Good night.
Thank you for listening to this show on Youngstown Studio. This is original Youngstown content. Feel free to share our videos and tell your friends about us. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us